This has taken about 2 years to get to this stage. So that Leroy tells me. Did you notice if you walked in the theater room upstairs, it just kind of goes, gets dense? So once again, I keep saying this over and over, how difficult this job site's been for access. All right, I've learned something. These things are beasts. Here is that hidden bookcase. Here's one of 2 elevators. It's pretty cute. Looks like a kid's toy. Okay, we're back at the house as I'm making my rounds. This is the home I've been working on for almost 2 years. This has the music room, theater room. The main house is all done, but it's a tight quarters around the neighborhood because all the homes have been completed except for this is one empty lot. It happens to be the home they're building up here, but they're allowing us to use this as a staging area. Thank goodness, because when I get out, I'll show you how many cars are in the street that are just a few of the subs working on this house because we're getting so close to the finished stages. So let's go inside and take a look. So thank goodness this builder's letting us use the back half of this lot so we can stage everything for the swimming pool, landscaping. As you can see, we have all the heating and air guys. We have the floor guys here. I think we might have an electrician, but there's a lot going on inside and out. So let's go take a look. Do you like the cardboard sidewalk? Whatever it takes to keep the dirt out of the house. Hola. Hey. Wow, how's it going? You made a mess.
No, we didn't.
No. Who did that? Looks good though. It's a good mess. We're getting productivity. Man, oh man, look at this. Here's the mahogany cabinets. This is for storage. That's going to be albums for records. We even have an entire room in here. See if I have a light. No lights. This is going to be additional storage for albums. Remember, this is the music room. Check out this ceiling. This is what you call a skyline. It's like you're looking up, but as if you're looking down on New York City, all the different angles, which is all excellent for sound diffusion. Did you notice if you walked in the theater room upstairs, it just kind of goes, gets dense? This has taken about 2 years to get to this stage. Okay, now we're upstairs to the main floor. This is where the main house, all this connects. Let me show you how beautiful these doors are. Here's a little sample. These are the mahogany doors that are going throughout the entire movie theater and the office and the music room. The main house doors are white, looks like this. So we're transitioning into kind of the man cave. Here's one of 2 elevators. They have to come in when the painters come back. They'll stain all this to look like the rest of the house. And they've continued this wood floor. It's an LVP, luxury vinyl plank. I'm pretty sure. I should know that. It might be wood. That's bad if the builder doesn't know. Anyway, that all is uniform. It's part of the elevator. And this is the upstairs movie theater room. And I don't know if you picked up on it, but when you come in, you can really feel the density of the walls. And there's even going to get even more so once the fabric goes up on the walls. But here's the remaining doors, all being protected. We're about at the stage where we're going to come in, start cleaning things up, start hanging the doors. Carpet comes in here real soon. And then we'll start finishing up getting the fabric on the walls and the movie projector and screen put up. So let me take you and show you the office. So we transition from wood to tile floors into this office area. This is our temporary AC, and the AC people are here right now getting the big part of the house going because we're done making messes. So we're able to start up that expensive system. Here is that hidden bookcase. It's all protected. That takes you in, once again, to what we're calling that the shop area. That's where all the equipment and all the different things he likes to work on. We're calling it like a shop. This is the office, and there's the monster AC units that we're not going to be looking at them. They're just temporarily set up. They're going to move them over there because now we've got the pool in place. So the majority of the work, they moved the pool closer. Before, the pool was clear over there, and it was not at this angle. So they've switched the angle. It looks like the pool is right coming out the office's door. And we got Alan over there, the electrician. He's wiring up the new mini split. Our next job is to start, when they get this all backfilled and graded, then we're going to start building the pool house and working on a new bar over there. There'll be an outdoor TV, and we're going to be updating the bathroom. So just the last little finishing touches that we have to work on, and there's a ton of keystones that they're going to start using for retaining walls and decorative landscape around the back of the pool. So I think the majority of stuff's in the backyard. Now we just got to let the weather to cooperate and start putting this thing back together. I hope it should be done here in the next 45 days. So once again, I keep saying this over and over, how difficult this job site's been for access. This is the only way in and out of the backyard. And at the end of the day, when we're all done, one of those big AC units is gonna sit right here. But you can see how huge they are. If we put this in place, we now have no access. But we have a situation. We have to get AC going into this music room, theater room. And it's a year-round AC. Because of the wood finishes, the mahogany, everything is so high-end and pristine that we have Leroy here today. We're hooking all these super expensive AC. These are what? These are, all right, I've learned something. These things are beasts. They're only a 2-ton, but it looks like it's 10. They are massive because...
It's the same cabinet as a 5-ton.
Oh, it's the same cabinet as a 5-ton, but because it's got such demands in the wintertime of removing heat, which is odd, you never have that situation. It's because of all the expensive equipment that generates so much heat off the speakers, the coils, the cable systems. Everything that drives the movie theater and the music room generates a ton of heat year round. So the problem is, come winter, you need air conditioning, and it takes a system like this to make that happen. It sounds easy, but it's not. This is the big bad boy that's in a temporary location so that we can continue getting around to the pool. That will eventually get moved around to the other side of the house, so that Leroy tells me. So we'll definitely keep you posted on the progress of this backyard pool. It's gonna turn out absolutely beautiful, and the guys are doing a wonderful job. So what we're in here is the powder bathroom off the office. And this looks like a sink, like it's ready to go. Well, what they've done is they did the mock-up. We're gonna be putting the lights on here, and when they put the quartz on top, that's how the entire sink, everything will light up. So this is not temporary, it's built in place so we can set the lights on it, and when the new top goes on, we'll hit the switch and this baby will light up, so stay tuned on that one. I want to show you guys how upscale this HVAC system is on this music and theater room. Here's one of 2 controllers. They just told me this is already on the wall permanent. We're gonna run fabric around it, but each of these remotes are over $2,000. It's a very sophisticated system. If there's something wrong, it will tell you. The reason why it has to be so sophisticated, because we don't want to hear any sound from when the AC turns on or the heat. At your home, you can kind of hear air going through the vents. This vent, you can see now, because we just got them installed, we're gonna have to come back and do a paint job to make it blend in with the wood ceiling, but these are called linear. The linear they are, the longer you have to distribute the air coming out. So when the AC comes on, you won't even hear a whisper of air coming out, and that was the ultimate goal for this. So we have several different vents throughout this room to keep this at a constant temperature, but also keeping it extremely quiet when it's running. So we're in the movie theater room. It's totally different than the music room. There's specific angles, and this is at a specific angle for sound deflection. As you notice downstairs, I'll show you, we have a recessed wall. This wall is a little shallower than the one in the music room, because all we're putting on here is some fabric and some foam for noise diffusion. Downstairs, we need it extra deep because we're gonna run cables to hook up the speakers at different locations. This room has all the speakers built in, so you will not see them anywhere else. There might be 1 or 2 on the floor, but the music room, you'll see the speakers. This will be totally a big screen. This will have tons of sound type batting and foam in here for sound deflection. And that we will keep you posted on the progress on it when we start making that installation. But every room has this on the ceiling, and that's what we're calling Skyline. It's all about diffusing sound. Little details that you will notice later when it's all done. This is backing so that when you have we're gonna have lights that are about this tall that will mount to the fabric. So because this is all cushy, we gotta have these boards in here with the exact location. They'll cut these wires, mount the walls. These are called wall sconces, and we have them directly across from each other, and we have a couple more back here on the back of the room. So all this will be that extra accent lighting along with the light tray around the ceiling. The lights we have on right now is just the brightness for basically when you clean the room. Otherwise, everything's dimmed down, and the only lights you're gonna have will be the accent lights, and sometimes you'll probably turn those off so you have total darkness when you're watching a movie. Okay, as I make a way downstairs to the music room, here's where the majority of the flooring that went down in this room, and here's what it looks like. It's a engineered wood floor. It's just got a really nice, like an oak grain to it. So it's all tongue and groove. These guys have spent the last 3 or 4 days putting it all together. Now it's cleanup, and it's really coming together looking very nice. I think this is a lawn ornament that I've never seen a mini excavator. Looks like a, where do you put the quarters in to make this thing go? It's pretty cute. Looks like a kid's toy, but it's very productive. They're using it to bury, this little tiny bucket is what they're using to dig a trench to bury all the downspouts. Then they got a bigger one for the bigger jobs, but check out the fountain that DMS did. These guys do a wonderful job on landscaping. This is something we talked about earlier when they're getting it all set up. I wonder if you can drink this. Fresh water. So they did the pavered sidewalk, which turned out beautiful, and they're right now in the process of burying all the downspouts. That's something that's very ugly. It's important that you bury your downspouts, get them out into the yard, and use a PVC pipe. Don't use that black flexible stuff because it'll crush over time. But I was surprised they took it all the way out and even did their entire driveway out of these pavers. This is a very expensive thing, looks absolutely beautiful. Reason why you don't see very much of it is because it is expensive, but also it's timeless. And who wants to look at concrete when you can look at something as beautiful as this? So DMS, they do a wonderful job. So like I said, this has been going on for almost 2 years. The homeowner's anxious to get in. The neighbors are anxious for me to get all the cars out of here. So we're working as hard as we can. Believe me, we hope to have this all wrapped up, pool and everything, here in the next 45 to 60 days, hopefully less. Every time it rains, it kicks us back a little bit. So nobody remembers that part. They always remember 35, 40 days from right now. But when it rains, the move-in date has to move as well because we're doing outside stuff. It doesn't affect the inside. All these cars, there's no other place to park. We're able to use this lot across the street. So thank you, neighbors, if you're watching this, for your patience. It's all gonna be all done, and you're gonna get a wonderful neighbor. These people are fantastic. So you should be lucky that you're having them move in as neighbors, because I got a couple ones that I'll give you.